Now, even the most hardcore of WWE fans have to admit that the Raw Women's Division, at least the main event picture of the Raw Women's Division, specifically Rhea Ripley's Women's World Championship reign, has been one of the weak points in terms of WWE television and creative over the past 6 months. Because at WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley beat Charlotte Flair to become the SmackDown Women's Champion, which was then rebranded as the Women's World Title. And Mommy has been champion for a little bit over 6 months at this point, and at Crown Jewel, November 4th in Saudi Arabia, she defends in a historic title match, multi-women title match, against 4 different opponents. And again, it's a historic occasion because we already know the culture in Saudi Arabia, and we're gonna have 5 women in that ring competing for a women's world championship. So that's a headline right there. But the fact of the matter is that every single one of these women challenging Rhea Ripley in this multi-woman match have the potential, the in-ring talent, and the potential upside in terms of character growth to one day, very soon, become one-on-one singles challengers to the current Women's World Champion. And the only reason we're getting this multi-woman title match in Crown Jewel, well, there's 2 reasons. Again, number 1, historic occasion, 5 women in the same ring in Saudi Arabia. That's headlines. But number 2, WWE failed over the past 6 months to actually build up a strong enough contender, a strong enough challenger to actually pose a threat to Rhea Ripley. To the point that Rhea Ripley right now is the leader of the top heel group on the Red brand, and she is still one of the most cheered superstars on Monday Night Raw. I think only dwarfed by the man Becky Lynch herself when it comes to the women's division. And again, I'm going to stick by this until WrestleMania season comes and we finally get confirmation, or we might not get confirmation of the actual match happening, but I firmly believe that Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch should happen at WrestleMania, which in the meantime means you need to give her transitional challengers. And WWE has failed to do so exponentially over the past 6 months. Zelina Vega at Backlash. Again, too early in the title reign to actually pose a real threat. Zelina Vega's character was not in any position storyline-wise to take the title off her, otherwise than possible roll-up a surprise, and that would have been the same case as Nikki ASH. It would have done nothing. Again, fell right there. Natalya, she's a fantastic superstar, veteran of the women's division, but nobody takes her seriously as a top women's title contender. They flip-flop between Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan got injured. Raquel Rodriguez is in this match right now, but she has been handcuffed by the fact that they refuse to give her anything but a vanilla babyface character to work with. Not a real threat. Nia Jax had potential. Again, I talked about this once Nia Jax made a return to WWE. Rhea Ripley was so over with the crowd that she was getting cheered at this point. What do? Give her a challenger that is so vastly hated that it doesn't matter if it's 2 heroes going one-on-one in terms of creative. The fans love Rhea Ripley. The fans hate Nia Jax. Let them go at it. Zoe Stark. At this point, I would think that Zoe Stark would have already had a singles match with Trish Stratus. And again, that might be a case of Trish Stratus' calendar or dates. I'm not sure. It's too soon to have Zoe Stark challenge for the Women's World Championship. She's not there. And a multi-woman title match, all right, she fits right in. But along with Raquel Rodriguez, she is in no position to beat Rhea Ripley for the title. Shayna Baszler has, and will continue to keep having tons of potential to be a top women's champion. And it surprises the hell out of me that she has not been women's world champion at this point in her career. What we saw from her in NXT, fantastic. When they first brought her up to the main roster, that stupid biting and blood incident on Raw aside, they built her up as a monster. She had a WrestleMania title match against Becky Lynch, which she lost, and it all went downhill from there. They just treated her like her undefeated streak and her just massacring the entire women's division back in 2020 meant nothing. And it's taken her pretty much retiring Ronda Rousey to get back and possibly be a threat to Rhea Ripley. But she's not a strong enough threat to go one-on-one with Mommy for the Women's World Championship. So again, this multi-women's title match is a transitional title match. Rhea Ripley's going to retain. There is no doubt in my mind about that. None of these women have a clear shot at beating her for the title. In fact, I don't even believe that, hell, Zoe Stark could pin Raquel Rodriguez and become Women's World Champion. That would just hurt Rhea Ripley in the long run, even if she's not involved in the decision, because Rhea Ripley has made her point across that she is the leader of the women's division, that nobody can stand up to her, that she just demolishes anyone, and she will keep her world title in tow. So again, creative has failed the women's division as far as the women's world title goes, to the point that Becky Lynch is now the NXT Women's Championship for shock value and out of necessity, just to keep her away from the Raw Women's World Championship, because there was no clear challenger. So the clearest challenger you had was the biggest babyface on the Raw Women's division, which is the man Becky Lynch, and we're not going to have that match at Fastlane, at Crown Jewel, at Survivor Series. We're not. That's a WrestleMania caliber contest between Mommy and the man. So with that said, what are your thoughts on the Women's World Title match at Crown Jewel? Who do you think walks out with the Women's World Championship? What's going to happen after the Women's World Title match at Crown Jewel? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. With that said, tune in later on tonight to the USA Network for another episode of Monday Night Raw. My name is Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.